Halo, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh teman-teman. Pada malam ini saya akan makan ini ya teman-teman, quest story tentang si Neuvillette teman-teman. Untuk ceritanya adalah Luka masa lampau. Ya, sekarang kita menuju questnya teman-teman. Questnya adalah ini teman-teman, Luka masa lampau dengan misinya adalah ancaman yang tidak asing. Nah, kita harus pergi ke Palais Mermonia teman-teman. Oke, lokasinya ada di sini. Kita teleport aja ke patung The Seven teman-teman.
Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Oke, sekarang kita masuk ke dalam ya teman-teman ya. Oke, kita harus mencari si Neuvillette. Ruangannya ada ini, kemudian kita belok ke kanan teman-teman. Oke.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
Oke, ambil kasus apa ini teman-teman.
Oh, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neuvillette! Sidine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Traveler and Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own. Now, this is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective?
Oke, mau pindah kerja.
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans. Oh, apologies. I took your question in earnest, but it now occurs to me that it was most likely in jest.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
Oke.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
Thank you for understanding.
Then I shall return to my post for now. Should anyone visit while you are away, I will be sure to make a record of it. I sincerely hope that you will return soon.
Judging from Sidine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally.
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past
Oke,
events.
kisah masa lalu.
There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate.
Come on, stop being so secretive. We still have no idea what's going on.
Oke.
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Udex of Fountaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally
Carol si
trustworthy.
Melusine sama Fountaine.
Carol, a Melusine, and
Okay.
Vautrin.
They must have been
Pemimpin
amazing
pasukan,
people to
mana?
receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't. The reforms damaged the interests of some. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. All Melusines used to live a secluded life
Okay.
away from human. I granted their wishes when
Hidupnya
some
terasa
of them,
masyarakat.
including Carol, asked me to
Pindah
bring
ke
them to
Court
the
of
court of
Fountaine.
Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating?
Oke, ternyata si Neuvillette menyelidiki sendiri teman-teman ya.
The Maréchal Fountaine and the Special secure.
Based on prior experience, the political system of Fountaine is relatively However, since I am technically an outsider in Fountaine,
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief
Oke.
Justice?
I understand where you are coming from. You know very well about my true identity.
Raja
Even though I was
Naga
born with
Hydro.
human form, there is a fun taking on the role of Chief Justice does not. I have lived in Fountaine for a long time. I do not belong here.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. Let's team up and round up all the bad guys.
That does not sound like a bad idea. Let us go.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fountaine, but is that really true? Paimon feels like he has a...
Oke, chapter Luffy bagian 1 luka masa lampau dibuka ya teman-teman.
been thinking.
Oke, sekarang kita harus tanya ke Kiara tentang isi surat ancaman. Ini udah di luar, berarti kita harus keluar dari ruangannya si Neuvillette.
Water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase.
That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version.
Oke, dari sini kita teleport aja ke sini ya teman-teman ya. Oke, dia ada di sana.
I never thought I'd see him here.
The weather's amazing today.
Kiara,
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are? Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you.
Aw, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you.
Thanks for
Nice
the
to meet you
compliment.
too.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter. The letter fell through the
Oke,
crack in
ternyata
my door as I was
sebenarnya
heading out this
Neuvillette
morning.
dapat surat
It said something
ancaman.
about catching me, but
Oke.
Sidine told me it was a
Have you
Ya,
run
skip
into
aja
any-
teman-teman ya.
suspicious-looking people. What counts as suspicious?
Oke.
Ah,
Did you think of...
nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to...
Let's see.
Oke, ternyata si surat ancamannya ada dibawa sama si Kiara teman-teman. Oke.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you. A simple threat. Neither
Ada yang memotret, teman-teman, ya.
content itself reveals any. We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mammonia to review some official documents. Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Sure. Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I.
But you are being watched right now.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara, with us around.
Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Oke.
Oh,
All right, let us go our separate ways for now.
we'll take her to a lost place.
Jadi kita harus menjaga si
So,
Kiara,
how old
teman-teman ya.
are you?
Let me think.
Oke.
One,
Tadi kelihatannya kita difoto dari sebelah sini, teman-teman. Oke, ternyata tidak ada.
But I remember coming to the court of Fountaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago.
Carol? Did Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you?
My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Huh. Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Oke. Toko apa ya teman? Oh iya,
Strange.
ternyata ada yang mengikuti ya teman-teman ya.
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two?
Oh, they're the track.
I thought so. What brings you here? All right. Guess I shouldn't have asked.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
Oh, toko pakaian teman-teman.
No hazards detected.
That was quick.
Well, I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us melazines have special eyes, things like bloodstains. No matter how high...
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, hear me out.
Of course!
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements.
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us?
Oke, kelihatannya ada orang teman-teman ya. Apakah perlu dicek? Cari orang yang mencurigakan. Oke, Charlotte.
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha! Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threat.
Threat letter? What threat letter?
Oke, kita tanya ngapain si Charlotte di
This is
sini ya
starting to feel like
teman-teman.
an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream. But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts. So
Oke, ternyata ada sidang ya
I
teman-teman.
was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you
Oke, ternyata ini kesempatan super langka teman-teman.
I swear.
All right then.
Oke.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melas.
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happened. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? But I gotta warn you.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may... Anyway, I'll get going.
Well, that was a nice chat.
Oke, kita jumpa lagi sama si Kiara teman-teman ya. Tuh,
What do you think?
ada tamu lagi teman-teman. Siapa sih? Kok lupa teman-teman? Oh,
It's
Chlorine.
very pretty indeed.
Corinne, what are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial case. I happened to have some time at the moment and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom made at this boutique.
Ah, Neuvillette sure is lucky to have.
Leave this to me.
Oke, serahkan
Will meet up with
padaku.
Neuvillette.
Okay,
Okay.
then we'll leave Kiara in your hand.
Kita tukeran sama si Chlorine ya teman-teman ya. Kita teruskan kembali ya teman. Kembali ke tempatnya si Neuvillette. Oke, misinya adalah tanya Neuvillette tentang perkembangan penyelidikan. Oke.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
Oke, semuanya baik-baik saja.
We ran into Claran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too.
I've been looking over the case records. I've come up with 2 plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down. On the other, I could also analyze the...
Oke, dua.
They both sound like.
Don't worry.
We'll help you read through them.
Thank you.
Lihat berkas. Oke. Mulai dari yang paling kiri ya teman-teman ya. Proposal Dewan Perwakilan. Mengajukan diri untuk bekerja sama. Oke, penyelenggaraan kegiatan umum. Kegiatan seperti itu. Namun pihak mereka juga tidak melarang partisipasi dalam kegiatan. Oke. Yang kedua adalah tentang si kapten penjara teman-teman ya, sipir. Telah mengaku jabatan bersalah oleh Neuvillette. Oke, jadi ke benteng Meropet. Nah, oke. Dan yang ketiga, kasus suap. Internal garde. Oke. Jadi kasusnya semua tersangka sudah ditahan. Oke, teman. Oke, 1, 2, 3. Bentar. Oke, ini adalah tentang kasus penyelundupan. Berkat kerjasama Garda dan Mercedes Phantom dengan timbal dengan pelanggaran. Oke, merujuk ke lampiran untuk melihat daftar nama pelaku. Oke, yang terakhir adalah tentang Spinazzola. Ini adalah si markasnya si Navia teman-teman, di Kalas. Oke. Oke, kita sudah baca 5 dokumen yang diberikan sama si Neuvillette. Sekarang kita lihat reaksinya seperti apa
Have you
teman-teman.
made any progress?
We skipped through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there's so many documents lying around. Just how many?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made... If memory serves me right, there should be
100.000 kasus. Set banyak teman-teman.
100,000 cases.
Temannya kalian
The documents
sepersekian. Oke.
Whoa.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are
Rutinitas.
to me simply routine. There are many documents here. Take...
You read Paimon's mind.
All right. Let us take a break then.
Oke, sekarang kita waktunya istirahat tentunya.
Even though all the silence is making
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mammonia for matters outside of work. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you!
Oke, Neuvillette tampaknya sedang pergi keluar teman-teman.
Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wine.
Anggur super mahal. Mungkin itu yang pengirimnya si Diluk.
You know, like Diluk.
Oke, membuat dengan beberapa buah anggur ya teman-teman.
What's inside these glasses? It looks
Tapi
just
rupanya
like
biru
water.
teman.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
Oh, ternyata air teman.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the
This water is indeed very special. It would not be I believe you've already tried Fanta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fountaine,
Fonta, bukan
including those that
Fanta.
specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across. Here is one of their latest products. Water from Sumeru's Apam. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, distinct difference.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you think?
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any different.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty. Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
Oke, naga hydro teman-teman ya.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. Sorry. Paimon was just curious.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, for a long time my memory was rather incomplete.
Kelihatan primordial kan.
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of it.
True.
I have been holding on, but there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily
Oke,
resonate with those of others.
ternyata bisa beresonansi dengan perasaan makhluk lain teman-teman.
What they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans.
Have you made any progress
Okay.
then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, that's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are...
Are we gonna continue reading these?
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
Fountain of
That's
Lucin.
right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Why didn't...
Perhaps we should go.
Oke,
There shouldn't be too many people.
sekarang kita coba teman-teman ya. Ancaman tidak asing udah selesai. Kemudian untuk misi yang kedua adalah aliran kenangan titik akhir. Pergi ke Fountain of Lucin.
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Kita eksperimen di sini teman-teman.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What should we do next?
Oke, what will we do?
Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and
Oke,
keep a safe
kita harus
distance.
mundur teman-teman ya untuk jaga jarak sama si Neuvillette.
Neuvillette, what is that? Whoa, it's glowing!
Oke, air mancurnya bersinar teman-teman. Oke, kosong. Kamu dilanda perasaan pusing. Oke, pusing dong. Oke. Oh, suasananya berubah teman-teman. Ini seperti di dalam mimpi. Jelajahi area sekitar. Oke, kita harus mengikuti arah ini teman-teman. Oke, ke sini. Oke, sama si Kaira teman-teman.
Thank you for bringing us
Oh,
here,
Carol.
Monsieur Neuvillette. The court of Fountaine is truly incredible. There's so
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain.
I know. Not only can I repay you for your kindness,
But a meaningful life also comes with it.
it's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. But I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood for almost 20 years.
I understand your confusion. I too came here for an answer to my question.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated.
Oh, I see. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the
I believe
difficulties
in you.
ahead.
Saya yakin kamu bisa.
Is
Kamu pasti bisa.
Do you have any concerns?
that stone face?
Do you have any question? Apakah ada yang sedang kamu ingin tanyakan?
When I tried talking to him.
Apakah ada yang sedang ingin kamu permasalahkan? Apakah ada masalah?
He is an earnest man.
Oke.
There will be plenty of opportunities to work together.
Oke, langsung hilang teman-teman ya. Kalian kena aneh, oke. Kita langsung ke tempat berikutnya. Ini ada di bawah. Itu siapa teman-teman ya? Carol sama si siapa ini teman? Belum tahu. Pedrico.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh,
Oh, ternyata si Carol namanya ingin menyapa ya teman-teman ya. Menyapa setiap orang tapi ternyata tidak direspon. Oke, kita lihat dulu apakah akan disapa juga.
I'm Carol.
Oke.
Is there?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guard.
Please calm down.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't.
Exactly. That so-called Chief
Go
Oke,
away!
ternyata si Carol seperti tidak dianggap ya teman-teman ya. Dia berusaha untuk menyapa setiap orang tapi
Stuff about him.
timbal balik yang orang lain itu berikan ternyata tidak sama.
Solving cases? So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Fountaine.
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Maréchaussée Phantom, there have indeed been an increase in cases recently. Perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side.
Direformasi.
Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fountaine. It's near impossible for you to become a...
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how. I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can head back.
Di sini. Oke, semuanya berkumpul di sini, teman-teman.
Monsieur Neuvillette, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melusine's gate.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melusines begin living peacefully with the humans.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still...
You blockhead.
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust, please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace?
Oke, rencana
Peace isn't going
kedamaian.
to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder.
I guess you're right.
Turn the murderer in!
Oke, serahkan pembunuhnya. Ada masalah apa ini, teman-teman? Si Carol sedang diapakan?
Melusines can't be trusted. That goes for Neuvillette too.
Oke, sedang diprotes ternyata, teman-teman.
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fountaine and don't ever come back.
Oke, tampaknya si Carol sedang dibully.
The results of the investigation are in, Captain.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones they tricked Miss Carol into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time.
And she called me a block. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth?
The situation had rapidly... Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. I should have known. Can you understand how
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. What happens after? I will take responsibility for everything.
Ruangannya siapa, teman-teman?
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is... Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol, and settled the score with the group that framed his friend.
I'm thinking... we should try our best to
bail him out?
Shh, keep it down! Besides, now that the old...
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you...
Yeah, that's right! This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent!
He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision.
Okay.
Which is what personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the... Therefore, you will be declared.
What?
Petrigo.
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a...
Vautrin, my friend.
Neuvillette. What have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't... Is this what justice means to you? And...
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Oke, ternyata tim melamun teman-teman.
Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions due to my negligence. The overflow of emotions and memory.
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the...
It is as you said. This might be because it is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fountaine.
That sounds awesome.
But I rarely ever do anything like this.
Ingatan yang lihat atau hubungannya denganmu? Carol lah ya.
It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this.
Paimon started... Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon...
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating, I did not sense too... I don't know what caused this to happen, however...
Oh! Didn't we read about...
You've read about it. In that case...
Huh? What are you
Oke, Sinavia datang teman-teman.
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all...
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your you talk to Kiara, but...
So that's what
Kiara.
Anyway.
The suspects who threatened... We are planning to return to the...
Alright, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Tada!
I have already considered that possibility, and what is more important is how the case is... I hope the same won't happen again.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the street so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Si Paimon tanya itu teman. Kok lagi rame ada apa?
Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Judge.
What? That's it. Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. but no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons,
Oke, ini ada info teman, ada warning pengumuman jika ada orang mencurigakan, kita diharapkan untuk lapor sama si Garde teman-teman.
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet?
This isn't a good time to be out in a...
Come on. Don't act tough.
All right.
You shouldn't ever skip meals. Is that...
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an
eye. Yang lain aman teman-teman.
This is the perfect chance to get promoted. Gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you...
Relax, I was just...
That's more like it.
Come and fight me!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol... Shh! Look!
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is true.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. Let us stick to our plan and return to...
Kembali ke tempat tadi teman-teman, ke markasnya si Neuvillette. Oke, sekarang kita masuk ke markasnya si Neuvillette teman-teman. Seperti biasa, masuk lurus kemudian belok kanan baru sampai ke ruangannya Hakim Agung teman-teman. Ini spina aurasula bukan.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchal. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meripede following
ditangkap
trial.
setelah sidang, maka
Those with
dijadikan
close connections
pada
or mutual
buronan teman-teman.
interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased.
So many names.
Yes, it seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much...
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina Duris, he said, and I quote,
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am for...
Oke, ketemu sama si Navia. Jadi sekarang kita keluar lagi teman-teman. Kita cari si Navia. Kemungkinan besar dia ada di markasnya teman-teman, Spina Aurasula. Dia ada di bawah.
Whoa. Check out all these people.
These are the people who have had recent dealings.
Invite them over.
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here. And
Yeah, it's...
Something, but... Oh well. Let's...
Yes.
Your Essa?
Yes. Yes, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico. Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your...
Leave the formalities for later. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy...
Alright then, let's head to the...
Sudut pandang baru. Oke, ini ada di benteng Meropide ya teman-teman.
It's Monsieur Neuvillette.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none of...
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the chief... Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered...
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my questions answered.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Oh, did I hear someone say Melusine? What happened? Sijui! Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
Wriothesley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you.
Domenico.
That's your only...
Think of it as more of a thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were the Duke, Paimon would take...
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask... But enough jokes. Make
Kelamaan
yourselves at
teman-teman.
home.
Skip aja lah.
Please come with me to the infirmary. Ah, and watch your step.
Chapter Cerberus. Oke.
Wherever the tide takes me, so long as the light of the hearth still shines, I'll always have a home to return to.
Mesh ada di lantai atas teman-teman. Oke, kita naik lift. Oke, kita turun. Oke, sudah di klinik ya teman-teman ya.
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Ini kamarnya teman-teman.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone... Paimon's thirst is a warning sign that you're... I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure... Typical Seishuing. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon? But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea.
Oke, sudut pandang baru teman-teman. Selidiki organisasi misterius.
To spend some time at the bottom of the sea, in peace and total silence.
Oke, kita bicara sama si Cortez.
Anything you need?
Rencana yang kamu pakai.
Are you interested in joining the mutual aid network?
What's that?
Ke warna hijau itu
Long
teman.
history, going back as far as 400 years ago. We have never had many. Helping each other is our purpose. At the same,
Sounds like a pretty neat work.
but people won't give up.
Oke, sekarang lanjut ke orang kedua.
Interested in joining the mutual
Oke,
aid?
sama
If you'd
dia
like to
juga
learn more,
pakai.
here's our slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but I'll go here. This book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up.
Sekarang kita investigasi ya orang ketiga, si Auriel.
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the mutual aid network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though.
Bencana
The
kedamaian.
first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other. All of us have a lot of respect for him.
We should have gathered enough information.
Beritahu si Neuvillette hasil dari penyelidikan. Oke, kita kembali ke tempat istirahat. Kemudian kita tanya ke si Neuvillette.
Did you manage to gather any intel? I personally cracked. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only...
Oh! So the network was inspired by... Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's...
All right. Let us talk to him.
Oke, kita pergi ke kantor Leslie, teman-teman. Itu ada di bawah. Ya, sekarang kita masuk ke rombongan si Leslie, teman-teman. Oke, kita naik ke halaman kedua.
Allow me to introduce this. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Hassan has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I tried.
Let me ask this another way. It was your... Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to...
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. Chief, I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom, but I refused to accept any of that.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melusines? Over that?
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the Fortress of Meripede was declared guilty. But for some... In the end, I had to redirect my focus. I recall that Chiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards, but the letter was in fact addressed to Essa.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been...
No.
Is it true that...
Yes.
Sijuin, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you...
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of...
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melusines you brought to Fountaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melusines...
That's right! We saw lots of people
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melusines are a species... When people refuse to place their trust in Melusines, for almost 500 years, you've conducted... People no longer have any reservation. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fountaine. In other words, you've gradually
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my... It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling... It is unnecessary to hold...
There's no need to be so much. You're no longer that outsider you were before.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that...
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well. While some are here to redeem themselves, the less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
in that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped...
The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that...
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your... Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way.
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Yep.
I noticed the small... I've looked into their founder. According to existing document... In other words, how he presented himself in prison was...
What? During his trial,
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillette and thus, the more and to those who had been sitting on the That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say?
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fountaine. Hey, any comments?
What I really think is, every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you.
That is indeed a reason. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh, huh? It's raining.
Hujan, teman-teman.
Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella. Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder.
Ya, bukankah ini ada di dalam penjara ya teman-teman? Kok hujan? Kok hujan ya? Oke, flashback teman-teman.
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Hilang. Orang-orangnya hilang.
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
Oke, ini si Navia berada di depan kuburan bapaknya tuh.
So many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melazines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Oke, langsung cerah.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melazines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved.
By the way...
At the Palais Marmonia, I was worried that the excess of protection...
What a relief.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally... To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette, would you be interested in...
That's not how you say...
I will consider it.
Real?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but come up with questions.
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Kembali ke Palais Marmonia. Oke, kita langsung maju ya teman-teman. Oke, ini ruangannya sini Neuvillette.
Kiara? It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Pot.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't... By the way, I saw Carol, in my dream. She looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara. I can't remember what our dreams were.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed.
Monsieur... Oh, I almost forgot. I promised to model for Alov.
Of course.
See you next time, Monsieur.
See you next time.
Oke, kurang lebih seperti itu ya teman-teman ya untuk quest story si Neuvillette ya teman-teman ya. Oke, udah selesai. Sekian teman-teman untuk live streaming kali ini. Jumpa lagi dengan saya di video selanjutnya. Bye bye.